So welcome back to day 5 here for the 2019 Australian Track and Field Championships. Sydney Olympic Park, my name is Matt Lynch. Welcome, Ben Off-Rains. Wet morning here at SOPAC.
Yeah, it is a little wet at the moment, but it's not currently raining. It was raining earlier this morning. So hopefully that sort of clears up and we have some nice clear conditions for the rest of today's play. But the wind not doing too much at the moment, which is good to see. It's sort of undecided yet which way it wants to go. The flags have been switching back and forth, but people are starting to pile in now. And we've got some hurdles on the track currently. And we'll bring you the start list for that one.
So this is heat 2 of the women's under 17 100 hurdles. We've got 5 starters in this event. Tara Wiley of ACT 1. Abby Cripple, Victoria 2. Emily Campbell, Lara Check, Alyssa Wynn, and Andrea Marshall. Standing up. So nothing dramatic here just yet. Oh, bit of a shoelace tie-up while they called them on their marks. There should be 3 heats of this, so 1 more heat after. So it's a fair start, very quick there from Cripple in lane 2 from Victoria. Emily Campbell on the outside and Andrea Marshall. And here comes Campbell down the centre of the field here. Marshall on the outside. It's going to be Queensland and New South Wales over the last flight. And Emily Campbell taking the win there. Big lean on the line. Unofficial time, 14:46. The wind's negative 0.0, which isn't really a negative at all. You can't have a negative 0 wind. So 14:43, your winning time there. Andrea Marshall, 14:50. Second, and Alyssa Wynn, 14:72. So Cripple getting an awesome start there. But Campbell coming home late, as well as Wynn. Cripple have to settle for 4th place there. So 1 more heat. Also over the back, it's our men's decath discus. That was Marty Clark getting his first throw out there. Looks like Calvert next up into the circle. We've also got the women's heptathlon right over there on the back straight. We've got a lefty in there. Calvert having a good go of it this week. An excellent 400 metres last night. And here's your heat 3. The women's 100 hurdles from the inside. Yasmin Thomas of New South Wales in 3. Tyler Proctor, Queensland. 4. Annika Lynch, New South Wales. 5. Faith Pittman, Queensland. Georgia Healy in 6 from New South Wales. Laura Warner in ACT in 7. And Chelsea Rose Jackson from New South Wales in lane 8. So they're away. A good start from the Queenslander. Faith Pippin in the centre of the field. Annika Lynch and Proctor moving well. It's Proctor and Lynch. Lynch with a slight lead as they go with 4 flights to go. It's Lynch in front. Proctor trying to chase it down. But the New South Wales athlete with 1 to clear. Annika Lynch taking the win there from Proctor and Pittman. Proctor pulling up with a bit of an issue. She has that leg heavily strapped. The wind negative 0.2. Hopefully Proctor okay there. See Pittman out quickly, but then Proctor and Lynch pulling away as they get down through the later stages of the race. And looks like that issue for Proctor making his presence known just towards the end there, but Lynch too quick towards the end. As you understand, with a name like Lynch, you can't be bad. A little bit biased. David Rock in the circle for discus. It's a little bit of a clean. As we said before, it has been a wet morning. His athletes on the 2 kilo implement. Kyle Cranston next up in the circle. So 37.47 for Brock. Cranston lets one loose. It's inside the sector. It's not bad.
As we see Alec Diamond entering the discus circle. Obviously representing New South Wales, but he's out there in the UTS club singlet.
Hoisting it out there. Close to that 43-metre mark. 42.72 was Cranston's effort in the previous throw. And it looks like we might have lost Harrison Brearley, because next in the circle seems to be the West Australian Wesley Salisbury. $41.67 for Diamond. So Wesley Salisbury in the circle now. Oh, that one over the 30-metre mark for Salisbury. There's Matthew Wecker next up. Oh, just losing the grip there, out of the sector. So David Thompson in the circle now. Getting it hopefully over the 40-metre mark. 36 for Painter. That was his previous throw. Foul for Wecker. The next up on the track, it's your men's under 14 800-metre final. Coming out of the inside. In lane 2 from New South Wales, Dane Mitchell. Lane 3 will be vacant. Lane 4 from WA, Bailey Tighe. He won the 1,500 metres earlier this week. In 5 from ACT, Cameron Myers. In 6 from Victoria, Dylan Igarawade. In 7 from Victoria, Patrick Rechko. 8 from New South Wales, Joshua O'Connell. And 9 from Queensland, Charlie Miller. So they are away again from the inside. It's Mitchell, Tague, Myers, Igarawade, Rechko, O'Connell and Miller. And it's a Victorian Igarawade. Shoulder to shoulder with Rechko. These two athletes are going to turn first and enter the back straight in the lead. Big move there from the ACT athlete, Cameron Myers, to move himself up into position, but it's a Victorian Igarawade. Down the back straight, followed by Rechko and Myers. Bailey Tague still in that position with Mitchell, O'Connell and Miller. A lot of early moves made here in this under 14 800 metres. The meet record 2:00.94. Ridiculously fast run there from a 13-year-old, but it's Igarawade out in front, controlling the pace. Cameron Myers looking comfortable behind him. And then Rechko, Bailey Tague on the outside. Watch for his closing speed, the 1,500-metre winner. And O'Connell, Mitchell and Miller as they get the bell. 63 seconds there. A little bit of a stumble there from Igarawade. 350 metres to go. Tague starting to move back through the pack there. Igarawade, Myers, then Rechko, and the New South Wales duo. But here comes Bailey Tague from a long way back. He's from 5th, up onto the shoulder of O'Connell. Myers up past Igarawade. But he's responding with 250 metres to go. So your first three is Igarawade, Myers, and Rechko. O'Connell and Tague. And here comes the other Victorian. Igarawade makes a big move around this bend. Rechko trying to chase him down. O'Connell still in the picture as well. And there's the end of the home straight for the final time in this under 14 boys. 800 metres. It's Igarawade out in front. Rechko finding another gear here. Myers also in the picture. So it's Igarawade and Rechko. Rechko moves in front. Igarawade's not going away though. But it's Patrick Rechko. He's going to take the win. 2:07.99 from Igarawade, Myers, O'Connell, and then Mitchell, Tague, and the Queenslander, Charlie Miller. There it is, Patrick Rechko, 2:07.96. Winning time there. Dylan Igarawade, 2:08.42. He did all the work early, but Rechko strong over the home straight. And Cameron Myers, 2:09.15. Joshua O'Connell, 2:09.95. Dane Mitchell, 2:11.18. And I'd say Bailey Tag would be too far behind them. And he's been given the same time, 2:11.18 as well. Charlie Miller, 2:13.41 rounding at your field.
As we see Alec Diamond back into the circle once again. Gets it out there. Gets the white flag too. That's out over that 45-meter mark. So he should be pretty happy with that throw. And there's your start list. For the final of the women's 800 metres for the under-14s. 6 New South Wales starters. So Fleur Cooper from New South Wales in 2. Ella Penman from New South Wales in 3. Taissa Buchanan, New South Wales 4. Tanisha Santosh from Victoria in 5. Ivy Boothroyd, New South Wales in 6. Sarah Baker, New South Wales 7. Hannah Jarvis, New South Wales 8. And rounding out the field is Declan Tanner from Victoria in 9. So 8 starters here in this final. Times through from the heats all very close, with Boothroyd having the fastest of that seed, 2:20.04. So they're going to need to do a little bit of work to try and get near the meet record of 2:08.41 set by Georgie Clark back in 1998.
I've got to say, be a few meet records by Georgie Clark and national records.
And national records. So Georgie, obviously, one of Australia's greatest ever junior athletes, for sure. The things she achieved even before the tender age of 16. As we get underway here in this final for the under-14s. So it's Cooper, Penman, Buchanan, Santosh, Boothroyd, Baker, Jarvis, and Tanner. And it is Tanner on the outside, along with Cooper in the middle. They were first through the first 100 metres. As we see Boothroyd start to make her move. She'll go to the front. Jarvis will tuck in behind her, as will Santosh, the Victorian, followed by Tanner. So New South Wales, Victoria at the moment. And then with a trail of New South Wales athletes just sitting in behind there. So there's a sea of Navy out there at the moment. With just 2 states represented here in this final. At the moment, there's a pack that has developed, and they're going to come down to receive the bell, and Buchanan starts to make a move. She goes past Boothroyd. Baker's there as well, as is Tanner, and also Santosh, the 2 Victorians. But Boothroyd, she goes back past Buchanan, the teammate, and said, I'll challenge your move, and I'll go one better. As Boothroyd charges down the back straight, Buchanan's still trying to come after her. Baker's there as well, so at the moment it's New South Wales 1, 2, 3. The Victorians have got some work to do to try and split up this trifecta. But it's Boothroyd. She's starting to move away from the rest of the field. She's really put in a solid 200 here, and she'll enter the straight in the lead. The New South Wales athlete, she's really putting a stranglehold on this race, and she's going to wrap up the gold medal, but the fight is on for silver and bronze. It's Buchanan and also Baker head-to-head. Boothroyd takes the win. Buchanan's going to take second. Baker will be third. Santosh will have to settle for fourth, just missing the podium. But what a run by Ivy Boothroyd.
Well, she's done the double. So she took out the 1500 earlier this week, and she's done it again. Even after that move from Buchanan at the bell, just too strong over the later stages of that 800 metres.
Way too strong. So Buchanan made the move at the bell. Boothroyd's like, well, what do you think you're doing? This is my race.
How dare you?
I want to dominate this. So I'll see you later. And 300 to go. Just put the afterburners on, and it was good night.
Buchanan still hold on for that silver medal, though.
Yeah, she's pretty happy with that too. 2:15.60 the time there for Ivy Boothroyd. Taisa Buchanan 2:18.45, and Sarah Baker 2:18.72. So that rounds out your podium in the under 14s 800 metres.
Yeah, it looks like we're into our third round here in this men's decathlon for discus. Marty Clark back into circle. It looks like we've lost Dubler as well. In this competition, so the gold medal is wide open there at the moment. I have to say the battle between Cranston, Brock, and Diamond would be your big battle here at the moment. So Clark has his throw. So we're underway here in our open wheelchair 400-metre final. From the inside, it's Corey Crombie of WA, Jake Lappin of the ACT, Josh Hose of Victoria, and Gregory Luff, New South Wales. And as they tear down the back straight, that's Jake Lappin. He's coming with a seed time, a good 20 seconds faster than the rest of the athletes. He's the experienced athlete in their T54. Crombie also a T54. Hose in lane 4, a 52, and Greg Luff on the outside, a 34. But it's going to be Jake Lappin, the experienced campaigner, working his way around the bend. And as he straightens up the chair, he's only got a few more pushes to get down this home straight. It's a battle for the minor medals. Remember, whoever crosses the line, it's not necessarily who takes out the title. But big pushing here for Lappin to take the win. A good battle at the moment with Greg Luff and Corey Crombie. Luff's going to cross the line second. And he takes second place there with Crombie. About 68 seconds there for Crombie. And Josh Hose. About 30, 40 metres left to go for Hose to cross the line in fourth place, not necessarily fourth overall. So next event on the track, 2 athletes in this event. Our wheelchair women's 400. In lane 3, Sarah Drain, Trevor Clifton Bly. And in lane 4, Angie Ballard over the 400 metres. Ballard, bronze in Rio in this event. She was the world champion in 2015 in Doha. The Gold Coast Com Games, she went second over the 1,500 metres. And watch for Ballard absolutely tear around this track. She's coming with a seed time of 56.50. A lot of the wheelies don't enjoy pushing on this kind of surface. It's not as flat as, say, a Mondo track. Obviously needing something a little bit more harder to get more traction. And a wet track like this makes it tough. But Ballard easing her way around the back straight. And then she comes down the home straight, just under 50 seconds for that 300 metres. And she's going to cross the line just over 60 seconds there. Just under 64. So, quite a way off a world record, but today, no need to peak, no need to peak right now. They're world champs in Dubai in November. Would there be their big target? Good to see athletes of this calibre out here. Sarah, Jane, Trevina, Clifton Bly. Crossing the line now. So we're on the back straight with our Women's Open Heptathlon long jump. Long way to the other side of the track. Thankfully, the rain not falling at the moment, so on their third round. Doesn't look like Joanne Waring. So Vicky Clark up next in her third round. There's Clark's effort on her third attempt. Wind negative 0.5, so looks like some tailwind conditions down the home straight. Rachel Lindbergh on the runway. Was in third place after first day competition. It's a solid jump. So the board, oh, wrong way. Over here, mate. There it is, 5:37. Emily Keane next up. There's Keane from Queensland. So it'll be Crace, Simmons, and then Burnett to round out fifth event of the women's hep. They'll do javelin after this, and then their 800 metres to round out the competition. So Cassie Simmons on the runway now. And then Alicia Burnett to end the long jump competition here for the heptathlon. And Simmons getting it out there. So the next track event will be the first of two timed finals of the men's open ambulant 400 metres. Seven starters here in this event. In lane 3 from Victoria, Matthew Cameron. 4 from New South Wales, William Vince Moyne. 5 from New South Wales, James Toraldo. 6 from New Zealand, Keegan Pitcher. In 7 from Queensland, Matthew Gorry. In 8, New South Wales, Edward Parker. And in 9 from South Australia, Nathan Woods. So Matthew Cameron, a T12 athlete, visually impaired. Vince Moyne, T38 CP athlete, same as Keegan Pitcher. In 6, James Toraldo, T13, also visually impaired. And 7, 8, 9 ID athletes. So again, as these are open athletes, their performances will get compared to the world record in their category and a percentage. So this is where you'll see if any athlete breaks or equals 100%, that's when they will have broken a world record. So we are off from the inside. It's Cameron, Vince Moyne, Toraldo, Pitcher, Gorry, Parker and Woods. And Nathan Woods on the outside. Sorry, Edward Parker from New South Wales. Dropping the gas down in that first 100 metres, and he's tearing down the back straight. The Victorian Matthew Cameron, though, in lane 3, making some big moves. And he'll probably lead this field through the first 200 metres. On the outside, though, Edward Parker's not going away. Cameron with the fastest seed time in this race. And he's coming around the bend, holding his form with 120 metres to go in this first of two timed finals, the men's open ambulant 400 metres. And he's got a good 15 to 20 metre lead to the outside. Matthew Cameron with 50 metres to go. He's still looking strong. Edward Parker holding down second place, but here comes the New Zealander, Keegan Pitcher. And on the outside, Nathan Woods, but Matthew Cameron taking line honours there, 52-57. A massive run there. He's gone well under his seed time. As the rest of our athletes cross the line there in our first of two timed finals.
It's a good run. 52-57. Looks strong from start to finish.
Almost probably should have seen him in the next one.
Yeah.
They've been seeded via time, so try and keep the fastest 7 or 8 in the heat together in the next one. But where did he's pulled that from? Well, out of nowhere compared to his seed time. So that could put him up in the positions. Obviously, everyone's running an individual time trial, as you'd say, out there. And, well, he's run it brilliantly. Obviously put everything into it.
One of probably my favourite track and field athlete in Australian athletics was out there. William Vince Moyne.
Oh.
Big fan of Big Will. Out there competing in the Armidale singlet. Trains with the great Jay Stone, who's actually currently over in Europe at the World Masters Indoors, where he was part of the team that broke the Australian record for the 4x200 metres.
I think that was actually him last night, if you're watching the stream, sitting in the pouring rain in his hoodie.
So he's flown back from World Masters Indoors.
He's got his athlete
to come and sit in the rain in a hoodie.
Well, he was indoors. Obviously, he missed the elements.
Yeah.
He certainly got his fair share last night.
If that was him last night, then he's definitely here watching Will run around in that 400. So, fresh off his silver medal from the World Masters Indoor Championships.
So next event on the track, it'll be your second of two-time finals, this men's open ambulant 400-metre run. And there's your start list there. From the inside, lane 3, representing France, Sylviane Bova. In 4 from Queensland, Alberto Campbell. 5, also Queensland, Lindsay Hendy. In 6, New South Wales, James Turner. In 7 from New Zealand, William Steadman. 8 from WA, Terry Price. And in 9 from Victoria, Andrew Semmens. Now, James Turner, he's only been involved in athletics a short amount of time, a T36 athlete, but he hasn't won anything but gold. In Rio, won the 800 metres in the Paralympics, and in the London Para World Championships, he won the 2, 4, and 8 in the T36 class. So we'll run through their classes. Sylviane Bova is a T11, which means he will run with a guide runner. Alberto Campbell, Lindsay Hendy, Terry Price, and Andrew Semmens, all T20 athletes. And then James Turner and William Steadman, both T36 athletes. Now, the Steadman, it's going to be a good battle between lane 6 and 7. Steadman getting the bronze in the 4 and the 8 at the Rio Paralympic Games. And at the London Para World Championships, he won silver in the 800 metres. So he's had some good battles with James Turner, and obviously he's flown over to Australia to try and continue that battle.
And I know he's outside their classification, but in terms of a race on the track, Alberto Campbell is definitely going to be one to watch in this one. And I think he's going to give Steadman and Turner a good run for their money.
Well, he's a sub-50 athlete at his best. So watch him go out hard. He loves wearing the bright socks. The bright anything, really. Anything
Love
he can
that
find.
too. So away here from the inside, Bova, Campbell, Hendy, Turner, Steadman, Price, and Semmens. As they go through the first 100 metres, it is Campbell from Queensland. Starts to make his intentions known. He moves past the stagger of Hendy on his outside, and he has Turner in his sights. Turner goes past Steadman's stagger, so he's looking solid as well. On the outside, it is Price and Semmens. They're playing the rabbit in this 400 at the moment. Campbell's trying to chase them down, as is Turner. As they come into the straight, Campbell will lead them. Price, the West Australian, he's there as well. Here comes Turner, the gold medalist. But Campbell's still holding. High arms, he's looking good. On the outside, Semmens, he's coming at Campbell, but Campbell's going to hold on. Semmens was second, Turner in third. Some solid running there. And Campbell, solid running. As we see them come down final straight. The technique that Campbell holds is impressive. Simmons trying to come at him. Turner just starting to struggle a little bit at the end, but made it through to the finish. But no doubting, line honours there from Campbell. So, we were talking before about Jay Stone and whether that was him sitting out in the rain. So we've just heard it through from him. He said, a little bit of rain never hurt anyone. So the commitment that that man shows to his athletes is...
I want to know who he's watching. There was nothing going on at the time.
Maybe he just likes the rain.
Well, like I said, he's been overseas indoors. It's probably still warmer out there than it was in Poland.
Maybe he's just still ecstatic about his 4x200 metre Australian record and silver medal.
Understandable. Understandable.
Oblivious to it. Rain? What rain? Didn't even notice there was any. So a few people have anticipated the rain. They brought a couple of umbrellas today.
Yep,
I don't
smart.
think the ones that were here yesterday will be caught out again.
No. Let's go through the start list here for our next event on the track. Your first of two-time finals Wimbledon Ambulant Open 400 metres coming from the inside in Queensland, Belinda Slatter. In 3 from Queensland, Ebony Cooper. 4 from WA, Rhiannon Clark. 5, Victoria, Kirsty Newcomb. 6, New South Wales, Summer Giddings. In 7 from New Zealand, Libby Lakis. And in 8 from Victoria, Georgia Poning. So, Slatter, Cooper and Poning, T20 athletes. Rhiannon Clark, Kirsty Newcomb, 38s, and Giddings, 35, Lakis, 37. Rhiannon Clark, the surprise silver medalist in the T38 100 metres down at the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games, testing herself out over the 400 metres. And we'll see what she can produce here over the 1 lap race. So we are away here from the inside at Slatter, Cooper, Clark, Newcomb, Giddings, Lakers and Pounding. And on the outside, Georgia Pounding there from Victoria, probably having the best of the start. So Rhianna Clark, the silver medalist from the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games in the 100 metres, easing her way down the back straight. And Belinda Slatter from Queensland also moving well as they all work their way down the back straight. And still Clark from Western Australia, the lone WA athlete, running comfortably within herself down that back straight. We'll see if there's any major moves here. They are all running against the clock, though. And 150 metres to go. It's going to be Rhiannon Clark in the lead. Kirsty Newcomb and Ebony Cooper, your 2-3 at the moment. On the outside, Georgia Poning. Belinda Slater's still in the picture. It looks like we might have lost the New Zealander there as well, Libby Lakers, but Rhiannon Clark's going to take the win here. Big burst of speed at the end, and she's gone 66.40, well under her seed time. Kirsty Newcomb crossing the line with Poning, Cooper, Slatter, as Summer Giddings, the T35 athlete, enters the home straight. Giddings won the long jump last night. And again, racing against the clock here. And there she is crossing the line.
Victory ceremony and medal presentation for the men's wheelchair 400 metres championship of Australia. Medals presented by Dr. Peter Higgins, President of Athletics New South Wales. In third place, representing Victoria, winner of the bronze medal, 1 minute 23.36.
So, super strong running there by Rhiannon Clark, the T38 athlete, taking line honours. You see Newcomb in the background coming through. So, just on the screen there, Jake Lappin from the ACT receiving his medal. So it's now time for the second of the two-time finals here in the Women's Open Ambulant 400 metres. In your lineup, out of lane 1, Belinda Scott from New South Wales. 2, Amelia Mazzai. In 3, it's Jessie Venner from Queensland. 4, it's Tarita Blake, the T38 athlete. She went bronze in 2015 and 2017 at the then IPC World Championships, now known as WPA. Stephanie Schweitzer from New South Wales in 5. Alicia Bryant from Victoria will be in 6. Joanne Lullery from France in 7. And Brittany Bilby from New South Wales will be in 8. So Angie Ballard, one of Australia's most famous Paralympians. Ballard's won world medals in pretty much every comp you could think of. As we see Sarah Jane, Trevor Clifton Bly receiving the gold medal. So on paper, Swartz up. The quickest in the field, 63.30. Her seed time. Next best being Venner from Queensland at 64 flat. So watch for them for line honours. Obviously Blake, the Queenslander, the dual bronze medalist, she'll be fighting on to try and spoil the party there. And we're off and racing. So from the inside, Scott, Mazai, Venner, Blake, Schweitzer, Bryant, Lollery and Bilby. As we see them go through the first 100 metres, it is Schweitzer. She's having a great run down the back straight. She's after the French athlete in Lollery. Those two dictating the pace so far. On the inside, it is Venner, the Queenslander. She's gone past Blake, that dual bronze medalist from the 2015 and 2017 IPC World Champs. As we go back to the leaders, it's Schweitzer. She goes past Lollery. And she'll lead him into the straight. So strong running by Schweitzer. She's increasing that lead with every stride down the home straight. And she is going to take line honours here in the second of two-time finals. So we'll watch the clock. 63 flat as we see Lollery, and then Venner, then along comes Blake, followed by Bright, Lollery, Bilby, and Belinda Scott. So some strong running there by Schweitzer. And we'll have to wait for these results to be typed into the MDS system. The keys will be pressed. Numbers will be placed into the system. And we'll have results for you shortly. But Schweitzer definitely putting herself out there in the box seat, wanting that gold. But Blake from Queensland could be one to spoil the party for Schweitzer.
Sorry? I don't know. You can ask those guys up there. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
I know, I've been watching it the whole week.
On your screen now, your start list for the men's under-17 high jump final, just going through their warm-up. 13 starters in the field. We have Lachlan Curry, Victoria, Josh Hazelton, Victoria, Liam Bennett, New South Wales, Charlie Frooms, Victoria, Tom Stinton, WA, Alex Barker, WA, Chessie Dindle, New South Wales, James Woods, Victoria, Alex Menzel, South Australia, Matthew Merrilees, Victoria, Ethan Petcost, Queensland, Oliver Nash, Queensland, and Bailey Allen, WA. The meet record, 2:11, set by John Dodds in 2015. The national record, 2:29, set back in 1990 by Tim Forsyth. And we go straight to the track here. We have some heats now for the men's under 14, 200 metres. This is the first heat of 2. It'll be the top 3 plus the next 2 best times. 8 athletes in this first one. In lane 2 from New South Wales, Jacob Taylor. 3 from Queensland, Cameron Phillip. In 4 from New South Wales, Evan Vukovic. In 5 from the ACT, Joshua Fonkamp. In 6 from Queensland, Maxwell Van Balen. 7 from New South Wales, Liam Coles. 8, Victoria, Max Busuttil. And in from 9 from New South Wales, Sadil Kumar. Watch out for Coles in lane 71. The 100 metres earlier this week as the rain, you might not see it, but it is bucketing down. I would say bucketing. It's more of a heavy mist. Oh, righto, Ben. You tell me what this weather's doing.
This is not bucketing.
I corrected myself.
This is bucketing.
Oh, what about
it
now?
is getting
what about
heavier.
now?
It's getting heavier.
It's not bucketing.
It's not bucketing yet,
It's
but
like,
it is getting heavier.
What's smaller than a bucket? It's cupping down.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think? Where do you reckon Jay Stone is? Probably out there sitting in the rain in a hoodie.
So Busuttil having the best of the starts around the outside. Here comes the ACT athlete Fongham. And Liam Coles in the centre of the field. The rain hitting them right in the face as they come down this home straight. It looks like it's going to be a headwind as well. So Busuttil, Coles and Fongham. Coles poking his nose out the other side, and he's going to take line honours. And a quick finish there from Cameron Phillip, just in front of Fongham. The wind, negative 2.8. 24.97, the winning time. 24.95 for Coles. Max Busuttil, 25.09. Cameron Phillip, 25.25. So they're your first 3. Fongham, 25.26. And Jacob Taylor, 25.60. So they're your athletes on the bubble at the moment. One more heat to go, but conditions turn for the worse. Just that the youngest athletes in this competition decide to run a 200 metres. It's tough going. So he could finish there from the Queenslander out in lane 3. But Cole's strong. He won the 1, and he's trying to do the double here. So next event on the track, it's your heat 2 of 2 for the men's under 14 200 metres. Coming out of lane 2 from Victoria, Rong Hao Chen. In 3 from WA, Jeff Deuce. He won the 400 metres earlier this week. In 4 from New South Wales, Lachlan Herbert. 5 from Queensland, Tyler Hine. 6 from New South Wales, Angus Clues. In 7 from New South Wales, Chris Alalua. In 8 from Queensland, Dylan Heath. And in 9 from Victoria, Moala Christian Watoi.
So, starters calling back on that one. And they have a little chat to each other just to confirm what the call will be. And the green card is shown, so unsteady start. They weren't happy with it. So obviously some movement in the blocks. So away this time, second time of asking. So it's Chen, Deuce, Herbert, Hine, Clues, Alleluia, Heath and Waitoe. As they come around into the straight, it's fairly even between Chen, also the Queenslander and Hines. We've got Alleluia and Heath. Deuce, the West Australians trying to fight through now, but it's Hine, the Queensland and Deuce. Got to be close on the line. But either way, it will not matter because they will be automatics through to the final. It is the top three. So Hine gets it, 24.98. Deuce, 25.02. And Chen rounds out those top three automatics in 25.22.
And Dylan Heath there will take the other automatic qualifying position. So it'll be Hine, Deuce, Chen and Heath from the second heat, as well as Phillip, Coles, Busuttil and Fongam. They'll be your finalists in this under 14 200-metre heats. So they're just getting through their warm-ups now. Our under 17 high jumpers. Now next up, first of three heats here. Some brave young ladies. They've been forced to stand out in the rain while the boys ran their races. And the worst bit was they were standing about 20 metres from a tent. So, unfortunately, they've been standing and copping this rain for a little bit. They're still out there, the second and third heats, but we'll run through this first heat. From the inside, Tasmania, Bianca Taglieri. 3 from New South Wales, Demeter Beetham. 4 from New South Wales, Alexis Brunt. 5 from Queensland, Jessica Harrison. 6 from Queensland, Imogen Mills. In 7 from New South Wales, Tuliana Kabuyawa. And in 8 from New South Wales, Ruby Worrell. So away at the first time of asking, Taglieri, Beetham, Brunt, Harrison, Mills, Kabuyawa and Worrell. Beetham having a great start around the bend, also on the outside, Kabuyawa. It's going to be 3 New South Wales across the field there. Beetham, Brunt and Kabuyawa first 2 though, plus the next 2 best times. And it's going to be Beetham and Brunt. I think a big separation from the rest of the field there. Beetham's going to take line on us from Brunt. 25.74 with Worrell. It's New South Wales, 1, 2, 3, 4. Caballero coming fourth there. The wind a negative 0.4. 25.74, the unofficial winning time. 25.72 for Beetham, 25.84 for Brunt. 26.86 for Worrell. And Kabiyawa, who finished in fourth place, 27.19. So they are on the bubble at the moment. On your screen now, heat 2 of the women's 200 metres. 7 starters in this. In lane 2, Victoria, Indy Elliott. 3 from Tasmania. The winner of the 100, Chelsea Scollier. In 4 from Queensland, Lily Neal in 5 from New South Wales, Tara Webb. 6 from ACT, Lottie Latakefu. In 7 from WA, Lisa Adeze. And 8 from Queensland, Marissa Hanlon. So we're away. It's Elliott, Scollier, Neal, Webb, Latakefu, Adeze, and Hanlon. Hanlon having a great run around the bend, but it's going to be Scollier, the Tasmanian, the winner of the 100 metres. She's going to lead this field into the home straight. Hanlon having a great bend as well on the outside. It's first 2 plus the next 2 fastest times. Coming in the picture also Lily Neal and the Victorian Indy Elliott, but it's Scollier. She's going to hold on and take the win there from Hanlon on the outside, and Elliott and Hanlon taking the other automatic qualifying position. Scollier taking the win, negative 0.9, 25.83 for Scollier. And Hanlon, 26.37. So they're the automatics. 26.77 for Elliott. So it's Elliott at the moment with Ruby Worrell, Tuliana Kabiyawa out of the running at the moment. And now we're up to our final heat here. Chelsea Izioki in 2 from New South Wales, 3 from WA, Olivia Dodds. 4 from WA, Grace Ainsworth. 5, New South Wales, Jin Min Tan. 6 from New South Wales, Ellen Murphy. In 7 from Victoria, Amber Van Eed. And in 8 from Queensland, D. All Scholes. Izioki, the winner of the 400. It'll be a great battle between Izioki and Scollier, the winner of the 4 and the winner of the 1, meeting in the 200 metres. So we are away here in the final heat of 3. Izioki, Dodds, Ainsworth, Tan, Murphy, Van Eddie, and Scholes. And Izioki working her way around the bend on the outside. It's the other New South Wales athlete, Ella Murphy. So it's Murphy on the outside, Izioki on the inside. Izioki really winding up, coming in the home straight. She's toe-to-toe with Murphy, though. 25.66 between the two of them. Jin Min Tan. And looked like Dodds there coming 3rd and 4th. The wind plus 0.2. That was a shock. So Izioki there in the inside and Murphy toe-to-toe. Ella Murphy getting the line on us, though. 25.64. Izioki, 25.65. They need to be under 26.77 to 26.86 to get to the final. See the bar at the under 17 high jump, 1.75 m, 26.43 for Jin Min Tan. So she's going to be in the final. Knocking out Ruby Worrell. And Olivia Dodds, 26.76. So she's going to be in it as well. So looks like Dodds has made the final by 1/100th of a second. So we're on to our straight hurdle finals here. First one on the track, it's your under-18 women's 100 hurdles. Coming out of lane 2 from New South Wales, Grace Adams. In 3 from Queensland, Casey Payne. In 4, the equal Australian record holder and meet record holder from WA, Sophie White. 5 from Victoria, Keely Boyne. 6, New South Wales, Zoe Warland. In 7 from New South Wales, Nicolette D'Onofrio. 8, New South Wales, Sophia Chive. And in 9, from New Zealand, Henawai Knowles. So they're racing. A good start there from Adams on the inside. But here comes Sophie White. She's flying through the middle. Nicolette D'Onofrio moving up into second place as well as Keely Boyne. But it's White with only 2 more flights to clear. 1, and there we go. She's going to take the win at 13:41. A big dip. Sophie White taking the win there. Keely Boyne in second and D'Onofrio in third. The win's negative 0.4. We'll see how that gets rounded down there. 13:39, so some great running in tough, wet conditions. Quite cool here. She takes the win. She's the meet record and equal national record holder. Must be tight for second and third, though. Still haven't gotten times for those. There she is, Sophie White. 13:89, Keely Boyne taking silver. And 91 for Nicolette D'Onofrio. So there's your first 3 in the women's under-18 100-metre hurdles.
Good run there by the West Australian, Sophie White. I'm looking forward to seeing her go over the 84 centimetres in the years to come. Just to see, because obviously 76, and especially for someone like her, there's definitely no trouble getting over the hurdle.
No.
And I don't think she'll have too much more trouble at the 84 either. So if she's already running these sorts of times, with the development that comes in the next couple of years, we could see her go pretty fast over the 84s.
Well, I'm thinking that she's potential to be in to run the 1 and the hurdles individually at the World Juniors next year. With 11:61.
What, under 20?
Under 20, sorry. It did change. Not in my heart.
Yeah, I still want to call it World Juniors.
It used to be just called Juniors.
Yeah.
World Under 20 Championships in Nairobi. Obviously, it'll be a first here over the 84s, but I don't think it'll be much of an issue for her to be that significantly quicker over the lower height. See the bar now up to 180. Looks like Nash next up to go, the Queenslander. And he's gone clear as well.
So it's now time for the under-17 women and their 100-metre hurdles. Obviously, being that younger age group, they still have the same national record, which Sally Pearson, then McClellan, does hold in 13:14. The meet record held by Letitia Willis, 13:49. So it'll take some pretty solid running to take out that time. So the lineup, Alessia Wine, 1 in 2, Abby Cripple 3, Alyssa Lowe 4, Annika Lynch 5, Emily Campbell 6, Andrea Marshall 7, and Zara Claire Azzi in 8. So away, fairly even over the first hurdle. Lowe and Campbell through the middle are running well, as is Cripple, the Victorian. But here comes the Queenslander in Campbell. She starts to make a move through the field. She goes to the front, and she's going to take the win. 14.24 unofficial for the Queenslander. Emily Campbell, even all the way through to about the 50-metre mark, but that's when she got going. That's when she said, see you later. And isn't she ecstatic to take the win here? So 14.22 for Emily Campbell to take the win here in the under-17 women's 100-metre hurdles final. As we wait for photo finish to bring you second and third place as we watch the replay. So Campbell left with some work to do. Cripple on the inside had the better of the start, but this is where Campbell really starts to get into a rhythm. And good, solid running off the hurdle and takes the win. So Alyssa Lowe from New South Wales will take second, 14.39. And Andrea Marshall, also from New South Wales, will be third in 14.40. So that will be your podium. As we duck to the medal presentation of that previous under-18 women's 100-metre hurdle. And this was Sophie White from WA taking out gold. And a quality time, 13.39. It's not too far off her meet record of 13.14, which is also the Australian record. So you look at the conditions here, it was a slight headwind, and here she is running 13.3s when 13.1 is the national record.
Well, even then, she's already run her 100, and she certainly didn't run 11.6 like she was last year. So still having plenty of speed over the hurdles, despite not having the same flat speed this year.
And you gotta wonder, put her on a dry track with a 2.0.
Bit of Mondo.
That could be sub.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, we could see her run at her home All-Schools Championships in Perth at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Same age group.
See, I don't hold to the Mondo theory.
You don't reckon?
No.
Not for sprints?
No. Well, it all depends on how old the track is, how well it's been looked after. But let's not ignore the fact that the men's 100-metre record is on a Rekka 10. This M91 track by Polytan that is laid out here is exact surface that Bolt ran his 9.58 on in Berlin. So if Bolt can go 9.58, the fastest he ever ran on a Rekka 10 surface, look.
Yeah.
But as I said, it comes down to how well it's looked after, how new it is. There's so many factors and variables in it, as it is with the Mondo as well. It's not like any Mondo track you just get on and suddenly you're going to run fast. There are better ones than others. But I still think you can run super fast on a Rekka 10 track. The only ones that obviously don't like it are the wheelies, mainly because of the friction that it causes, because it is a rough surface, as opposed to the smooth Mondo surface, which is almost like, it's rolled out like carpet, where this is sprayed on. There's a sealant that goes down, and then obviously all the rubber goes on top of it, and it's, I believe, a 3-layer system here.
Yep.
So if anyone interested in tracks, get onto the Polytan website. They do have a lot of good information about how the track is constructed, how they lay it, and the different types of tracks that there are. So the M99 is their top surface. It's also the most expensive surface, and it's the one that probably doesn't last as long because I believe there's less polyurethane that is in the actual surface itself, which will give it that dense, hard feel, and it's what helps to seal it. They put a little bit less in these sort of tracks, which means they do not last as long.
No, and some people do think that the warm-up track is a thinner layer. So
Okay.
sometimes people think it's a bit faster because it's a bit harder, a bit tougher on the body though for training. You want these tracks because they're not designed strictly as high performance. You want them to be long lasting. You don't have to keep relaying it every 3 or 4 years. You want it to last good solid 10 years. If possible, get the most out of it, especially with 2 tracks and the high usage, school carnivals, championships, training daily. You want to get the most out of it. Saw James Woods earlier. It looks like Alex Menzel just clipping the bar at 184. Matthew Merrill's just coming unstuck there on his attempt. Petkos next up. Oh, easily clear at 84 there. Trying to stay warm with the arm sleeve. And then Nash, the next Queenslander, for his attempt at 1.84 m. And he's clear as well. So both the Queenslanders clear at this height. Now the next event on the track, the hurdles have been shifted. It's the men's under 18 110-metre hurdles. In lane 2 from New South Wales, Jack Weinstein. 3, New South Wales, Ethan Bateman. 4, New South Wales, Mitchell Lightfoot. 5 from the ACT, Colby Eddowes. 6 from Western Australia, he's going for his 3rd gold medal, Sasha Zoya. 7 from Queensland, Aidan Cusworth. In 8 from Victoria, Jude Cam. And in 9 from Queensland, Kobe Hinton. The meet record, Sam Baines, 2008. The national record set by Sasha Zoya himself, 2017, when he was 15 years old. 13:24. It's probably because he's been so busy doing so many other events, he hasn't had a chance to touch it up. So he went 13.7 in the heat with probably taking it easy, maybe 4 or 5 flights out from the final. 13.72 he went. A good battle between Eddowes and Cusworth for that silver medal, though. So they're away and already over the first flight. It's Sasha Zoya, the New South Wales athlete. Lightfoot running well and Cusworth in 2nd place, but here comes Eddowes. Zoya tearing away. 1 more flight to clear. He's going to take it, and it's 13.07. A new under 18 national record. The wind negative 0.6. That was nearly sub. 13.05. That's an absolutely brilliant hurdle time. Kobe Eddowes 14.21. And Cusworth 14.38, Lightfoot 14.42. You imagine that on a dry track with a tailwind. As we run to the stat sheet. So getting real close to the best ever performed by a 17-year-old. Jahil Hyde, 12.96, set in Nanjing at the Youth Olympic Games.
But did it with a 1.3 tail, which is so different to a 0.6 headwind on a wet track.
It's bloody cold. It's cold.
Wow.
Again, we could see him at the Australian All Schools Championships in Perth again. He's got till the 31st of December to break that record. How many other people, what could Jahil Hyde pole vault?
Certainly not 5:56, that's
No,
for sure.
you wouldn't think so. But there he's straight off the track to have a chat to David Tarbotton. So, 2 Australian records out of 3 events. Probably could have had 3 if he had a tailwind.
Exactly. He just hasn't had the conditions.
No. Could have been 3 from 3.
It could have been 3 Australian records with 2 world age best records if he had the right conditions.
Yeah. What a tough weekend for Sasha, right? It's horrible.
So, next event up, it is the under-17 men's 110-metre hurdle final. So, after what we've just seen with the under-18s, what will the under-17s offer up? As we run through your lineup, Jeremy Shum from Victoria, he'll run out 2. In 3, Nicholas Atkinson from New South Wales. 4, Noah Oliver from Victoria. 5, Jacob Histronopoulos from West Australia. 6, Caleb Willis from Victoria. 7, Theo Kidd from New South Wales. 8 will be Thomas Palajaka from Queensland. And Hamish Poulter from Victoria will round out that field in 9. So, the stage is set for something special in this one. Kidd being the fastest qualifier through from the heats. A meet record set by Sasha Zoya, 13.60, which he did in 2017 as a 15-year-old. And he holds that national record at 13.24. So a blinding start there by the Victorian and Willis. Kidd's got some work to do, as does Histronopoulos. But here comes Willis. He's coming through now, as is Kidd. The New South Wales athlete comes up to the Victorian. Oh, he goes down. Willis is going to take the win. Kidd takes a tumble. The favourite in that one couldn't get over the last hurdle. We hope he's all right. But Willis takes the win there. The crowd give Kidd a round of applause as he crosses the line. But it is unfortunate to see any athlete go down. But that's the high pressure of hurdles racing.
Yeah, Taylor Willis doing it for the Willis family. The older sister, Letitia Willis, won the under-20 hurdles. And Taylor taking out the under-17s. What a battle between both very differently built athletes. Kidd just copying it and looking like he wasn't sure what leg. He could have cleared it, but he just got stuck in between what leg to hit it. And just
as we watch the
took the
replay
hurdle
again,
out.
Just hitting that 9th hurdle has disrupted his rhythm and he wasn't able to get clear of the 10th. And Willis has taken advantage of that and he's going to go home with a gold. Kidd was coming. He was coming at Willis. Probably would have said he would have got him in the end, but it's the thing of relay racing.
Relay racing?
Sorry, hurdle racing.
Oh, it's a thing with relay racing too. It's all right. Can't come back from that.
No. All right, so that's it for this morning's action. We are going to take a break and we'll be back in around 2.5 hours. So we'll see you then.